Thanks for joining us today. My name is Allison Flannery. I am the Director of Human Assets at Trinity Basin Preparatory, and this is my partner in crime, Beth, who I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Thanks. I'm Beth Whiteman, and I am in HR as a generalist and recruiter. So anybody who comes through us generally will speak to one of the two of us. We're excited that you're listening.
So we just wanted to give you an overview of what we are about. And we are called TBP. So it's a lot shorter to say than our full name.
So we wanted to introduce you to our academic team first. This is a great group of people who are very invested in our students and our teachers, trying to get everybody to work together. So we've got Dr. Leslie Austin, who's our CAO, and then she has her partners in crime, Jody Rabarchek, who's our Executive Director of Academics, and Jen Oliver, who's our Executive Director of Student Services.
Absolutely. And then we have 7 campuses across Dallas and Fort Worth. So right here, you're looking at our Dallas team. So you'll see who our principals are at each campus. And then you'll also see how each campus varies by grade level. So for example, Jefferson is just our middle school. Ewing is just our elementary, and then Ledbetter's got the whole bunch, and then 10th Street as well is just the little one, so pre-K to 4th. So we've got 4 campuses in Dallas, and then we've also got 2 in Fort Worth, and then 1 in Mesquite. So you'll see here, these are, again, the wider range of schools, right? The pre-K to 8 folks, but 7 campuses across the district, about 4,000 kiddos and about 600 staff, if you're a numbers person.
And one of the things we just wanted to share with you was our mission, because you will see this at all of our campuses, and we really live by it, to inspire every student to do more, expect more, and be more. And like I said, you'll see this across the way. And then Flan is going to bring up our website, and this is kind of the way that we live this out. So if you, yep.
There we go.
Perfect. And on the website, it's really nice because you'll have an opportunity to see each of the campuses. There's a little video that goes along with the campuses, so you can kind of take a little tour. They tell you a little bit about each of the places, where they're located, if you have any questions about where they are. And there's a lot of great information on our website for you to peruse whenever you feel like it. I know Flan is this way too, but like to take a look at all of the things as much as I can, picture-wise and other. This is a great way to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to make a plug too for our YouTube channel. Same thing. Like, I just love looking at videos. So before I actually accepted my position here, I think I looked at every single video on here, just because it gives you a sense of like, this is what the day-to-day life is for teachers, or for, projects we're working on, or things like that. So lots of good content there as well that we wanted to show you. Okay, I need to go back to our presentation. Great. And so then we just kind of wanted to give you some more information about what makes TBP different, because we realize there's a lot of schools out there. There's a lot of charter schools. So we hope this would kind of help with that. So what we like to say is we're really the sweet spot in size where, 7 campuses, our number of students and staff, like, you are a person, you're not an ID number to us. Like, we know your name, we know what you're about. And so we also want to offer that same support for kids. So in terms of our special ed supports, every campus has at least 2 SPED teachers, and just making sure that there's, lots of accommodation training provided, and just making sure we're also compliant, but also giving students the support. So we serve, in terms of ESL students, we mostly serve Black and Brown students. So 66% of our students do identify as English second language learners. And so we also have an ESL specialist on every campus as well, and support for, any newcomer students or things like that. And then on the RTI kind of dyslexia side, again, we have a specialist on every campus, again, with just a really structured process and support. Right now we have about 120 dyslexia students. And so just making sure that they're getting that one-on-one instruction. And then Again, we're here for the student, but also the family and the community as a whole. So making sure that there's counseling supports, helping with health, clinics. Actually, we did like an eyeglass truck about a month ago. So we helped like over 100 kids, get glasses so they could read better and learn better in school. So just things like that to support the full child and the family are, I think, things that make us unique to what we say we offer.
And this may be a little small for you to read, but we do have these available on our websites as well. And again, we talk about what makes Trinity Basin different from some of the other schools that are around. There's a whole list of things that we feel make us a good candidate for you guys. One of the highlights I think that we have is for any new teachers and teachers new to TBP, the support that you get for being on campus. We provide mentor teachers, and not only will you have the opportunity for in the new year to have participate in a summer kind of a survival camp to learn all of the things about TBP, but you'll also have the opportunity to meet with your mentors and that group all year long, which is really nice. We do have, again, the small groups, teacher to student ratios, which we keep pretty consistent, and you might find that as a difference in with some of the other districts that you're looking at. But one of the biggest things is we really take a look at keeping in mind that we serve the children and all children of every kind, and assume that everybody is going to succeed. And so these are just some of the little tips that we have for you.
And then we just, again, this information is on our website, but we know people want to know the nitty gritty of the benefits. So our starting salary for coming in with a first year or no years of experience would be $56,000. Every teacher gets a mentor teacher to help support them. Every campus has an instructional coach and an instructional aide in your classroom to help you. Beth already mentioned that low teacher student ratio. I was actually in a second grade class yesterday, and I think there was like 15 children. So very doable class size. And then just, again, things that we offer by being an employee here, you have access to free MD Live telehealth. It literally costs you $0. I have used it multiple times this year. Obviously, amount of money for basic life insurance, and then again, helping contribute towards the medical plan if you choose to enroll in that. And then again, other supplemental benefits from dental, health savings, vision, just, kind of taking care of your needs as you need them. And then the great thing about working in education, right, is your calendar. You get lots of time off. So we're about to head off for 2 full weeks for a holiday break. And then your PTO will roll over if you work on a campus for the following year as well. And then again, just we want to make sure that people feel appreciated here. So that is, whether it's recognizing your year of service, being an employee of the month at your campus, and every Friday we send out Friday Feels emails, and it's just peers shouting each other out for the work that they're doing. So we try to incorporate kind of the money parts of your benefits, but also the feel good parts of your benefits as well. Do you need me to go to the next slide?
I think that was there, sorry. So if you want to find a way to get a hold of us, I put our contact information there for you with both our emails and our direct phone numbers. You can feel free to contact us at any time. And of course, the website is www.trinitybasin.com, and that's where you will find a way to apply as well. So again, any questions, feel free to reach out to us. We're happy to answer any questions you might have.
And I can show that real quick if it's helpful. So if you go to our website and then you'll click on careers on the top. And then, and we just redid our website, y'all. So hopefully it's a lot more user-friendly for y'all, whether you're on a computer or on the phone. But then you see apply now, and then it's also list the different pay scales and things like that. So lots of good information for y'all. So with that, I think that's kind of a quick nitty-gritty about what TBP is. And so we'd love to answer any questions or share more info for y'all.
Great. Well, thank y'all for that presentation. I do have a few questions for you guys. So how does your organization advocate for or celebrate diversity?
Yeah, that's a great question. So as I mentioned earlier, we mostly serve low-income students who identify as African American or Hispanic. And we actually wanted to show you all that on our website. Again, if you are a numbers person, let me pull that up really fast. I think it's right here. Oh yeah. Oh. There we go. Let me zoom in a little bit. So we obviously want to try and reflect, our staff demographics as much to look as much as our students to serve them. So our teachers and staff, we've got, about 70% identify as white, 30-ish around people of color. But then our aides as well, 80% of them are identify as Hispanic or Latinx. And then when we think about the kid ratio, right, we're 86% Hispanic and then about 14 non-percent Hispanic. So again, we just are really committed to making sure that all students deserve quality education, regardless of your zip code or background, and making sure that they're getting the one-on-one support they need to be both college or career ready, depending on whatever their path may be.
Absolutely, that's great. Many of our students are also facing a challenging economy and a more competitive job search. So what tips would you provide to any students that want your spotlight?
Well, I would say we've got lots of opportunities with a variety for those who have a variety of experience, right? So we've got our teacher roles for those who are going into who are certified teachers. We also have a provisional teacher role for those who have a 4-year degree and might be interested about going into teaching, but just not there yet with your certifications. And so that's something that you can do as a college grad as well. We always need teachers, of course. One thing that I would say is that there are a lot of growth opportunities. So once you are in one of our campuses, there are all different kinds of ways to find a serve. And so we do have tutoring available if you want to kind of go down that path. If you are looking for leadership possibilities, you can do that as well. So I would say that the nice thing is you really kind of have to take a look at the whole package. Sometimes I think understanding that really what kids are all about and what you can be like when you're with the kids and how you can best serve the kids is really one of the ways that we take a look at that. I don't know if you have anything else, Flynn, that you want to add to that.
Yeah, you're making me think of something. Yeah, I mean, I would just say, I think what I love about TVP is how committed people are to this mission, and people stay for a long time. So we have people come in. You could be a high school volunteer right now and make money. You could be in college and make money volunteering. And then that or tutoring, I'm sorry. And that leads them to, maybe be a substitute teacher and then maybe be a provisional teacher. So it's really kind of fun to watch people kind of grow at TVP because there are so many points where you could even just help volunteer for the holidays and, help deliver. Like we're at a campus today. Beth and I we're at a Mesquite campus, and we had a life skills class come through and they were like, do you want to order snacks? So just like things like that, you can always help out with. But yeah, I think what the underlying thing we notice here is like the people who work here and stay here, like truly love children and want them to succeed. And so there's a lot of different ways you can do that.
Yeah, that's great. My final question, what do you look for in potential candidates, and do you have any recruitment events?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I did want to share, I'm sharing my screen again. Yeah. So we do have core values, and I think sometimes people are like, oh yeah, it's just a poster. We actually live and breathe them. And so that's what we look for, right? Are people who embody these core values. So are you truthful? Do you take feedback well? Are you innovative? I thought I was creative, y'all, but when I got here, I was like, oh, I have to step my game up, because people here are very innovative, willing to try new things, tenacious, like people. Teaching is hard. And so that just requires tenacity day in and day out, and accountable, right? Like we do want to push students and ourselves towards results. So holding each other accountable to that. But then we're also nurturing, right? So it's kind of like a love show. It's like, I'm pushing you to work harder and be better because I care about you as a whole human. And so these are the qualities that we really look for in any employee at TVP. And so if that's like jazzes you up, we definitely have recruitment events that Beth can share that you may attend to learn more about us.
So we will be having, we call them Titan Fairs. We just did one in November, but we will be having them all through the spring and into the summer, generally monthly, and during those really hardcore months, more than once a month. But we do share that with the schools, the universities, and also put it on our social media and LinkedIn. So they will be available to share. And then we will also be attending the college job fairs as well.
Great. Well, that was all my questions. Thank you both for joining us today.
Perfect. Thank you for having us.
All right. Well, I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Bye.